around my house and holds a winter light. I've heard the lions hunting in the Serengeti night. I get this feeling. Forests turn to factories and rivers, sea and sky. Hungry child in the desert, and the flies about her eyes. I get this feeling. Scars of pleasure, scars of pain. Atmospheric changes make them sensitive again. Scars of pleasure, scars of pain. Atmospheric changes make them sensitive again. Scars of pleasure, scars of pain. Atmospheric changes make them sensitive again. Scars of pleasure, scars of pain. Atmospheric changes make them sensitive again. Pleasure leaves a fingerprint as surely as more than pain. In memories they resonate and echo back again. Scars of pain. Atmospheric changes make them sensitive again. Scars of pleasure, scars of pain. Atmospheric changes make them sensitive again. Scars of pleasure, scars of pain. Atmospheric changes make them sensitive again. If I could wave my magic wand, I am made from the dust of the stars, and the oceans flow in my veins. Here I hide in the heart of the city, like a stranger coming out of the rain. The evening plane rises up from the runway over constellations of light. I look down into a million houses and wonder what you're doing tonight. If I could wave my magic wand, I'd make everything alright. I'm not one to believe in magic, but I sometimes have a second sight. I'm not one with a sense of proportion. When my heart still changes overnight. I had a dream of a winter garden, a midnight rendezvous, silver blue and frozen silence. What a fool I was for you. I had a dream of the open water. I was swimming away out to sea, so deep I could never touch bottom. What a fool I used to be. entertainment. He can put a target on the market, basking your applause. Reality withdraws, now he believes it. Role becomes the actor. She's addicted to applause. The stage the world because she never leaves it. Puts you in a soft place, sentimentally. They know the fantasies that you romance to. Watch her every move. Superconductor. She can manipulate reactions. Watch her every move. Superconductor. Pin the donkeys on her tail. Fantasy for sale, that's entertainment. Hit you in a soft place, melody so sweet. A strong and simple that you can dance to. Hit you in a soft place, sentimentally. They know the fantasies that you romance to. Watch his every move. Superconductor. Oh, his straight illusions. Superconductor. Watch his every move. Superconductor. Hoping you believe, designing to deceive. Watch her every move. Superconductor. She can manipulate reactions. Watch her every move. Superconductor. Pin the donkeys on her tail. Fantasy for sale. Watch his every move. Superconductor. Watch his every move. Superconductor. Hoping you believe, designing to deceive. That's entertainment. That's entertainment. That's entertainment. There's a snake coming out of the darkness, a rain from paradise, and the need for eating. Chase the dreams of merchandise. There is tick-tock in atomic. Leaders make a deal. Cosmic is largely comic, a con they couldn't conceal. There is no safe seat at the feast. Take your best stab at the beast. Night is turning fate. Saint is turning to saint. Raise the odds to resistance. Danger dare to be grand. Pride reduced to humble pie. Diamonds down to sand. Take heart from earth and weather. Brightness of new claim us. More about to roam. He and she are in the house, but there's only me at home. Roses and roses, splendor, posed to respond in the end. Lonely things like nights I find and find a way red. I hear in the rate of her heart, a tear in the heat of the yard. Night is turning thin, the saint is turning to sin. There is no safe seat at the feast. Take your best stab at the beast. Night turns day, the saint turns to sin. Nature has some new plague to run in our streets. History, some new wrinkle we are doomed to repeat. Fugitives at the bedroom door, lovers pause to find an open store. Rain is burning on the forest floor and the red tide kisses the shore. This is not a false alarm, this is not a test. Stay out of the sun, it only burns my skin. Sky full of poison and the atmosphere's too thin. Bless the sun, rain no more. River running like an open sore. Black wind falling through the ocean floor and the red tide washes ashore. This is not a false alarm, this is not a test. Nowhere we can fly away, nowhere we can rest. The body is disrupted by when I've seen all things in every kind of light, rising with the full moon to go howling through the night. Sleepless when I've heard all things between the sea and sky. In the canyons of the city, you can hear the buildings cry. Oh, the wind can carry all the voices of the sea. Oh, the wind can carry all the echoes home to me. Oh, the wind can carry all the voices of the sea. Oh, the wind can carry all the echoes home to me. Run with wind and weather to the music of the sea. All four wings together and bring the world to me. Chase the wind around the world. I want to look at life in the available light. Play of light, a photograph, the way I used to be. Some half-forgotten stranger doesn't mean that much to me. Streak of light, moving picture, moments caught in flight. Make